Nector of Devotion Introduction. The first 5 paragraphs of introduction are dedicated to invoking auspiciousness, that is, 3 parts of it: Vastu, Nirdesa, Asrivada, and Namaskara. The students may carefully note the important point of any standard Sanskrit book contains Mangalacharan, invoking auspiciousness, which involves 3 parts: Vastu Nirdesha, that is establishing the object of the book; Ashirvada, the offering benediction; and Namaskara, offering obeisances. Um, okay. Let Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, be glorified by virtue of his expanding attractive features. He subjected the gopis named Taraka and Pali and absorbed the minds of Shama and Lalita. He is the most attractive lover of Srimati Radharani and is the reservoir of the pleasure for devotees in all transcendental mellows. Srila Prabhupada translated it in the first paragraph of the introduction. Thereafter, verse 2 to 6 of the book Bhakti Rasmrita Sindhu covers Ashirvad, offering benedictions, and Namaskara, offering obeisances. The above verses are translated by Srila Prabhupada and this continues up to second paragraph of the second page of introduction. Srila Prabhupada mentions that Srila Rupa Goswami begins his book by offering these respectful obeisances unto Sri Sanatan Goswami, who is the elder brother and spiritual master, and he prays that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu may be very pleasing to him, and by offering respectful obeisances to all great devotees and acharyas, holy teachers, who are compared to shark in the great ocean of nectar and who do not care for the various rivers of liberation. The student may carefully note how beautifully Srila Prabhupada has merged his own Mangalacharan of this book, the Nectar of Devotion, which Srila Prabhupada mentions as the summary study of Sri Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Thus, Srila Prabhupada himself is also seeking benediction from Lord Krishna and his spiritual master, HDG Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, in writing The Nectar of Devotion. Thereafter, verses 7 to 10 are translated by Srila Prabhupada as one paragraph, that is, 6th paragraph of the introduction, which talks about the contents of this book, analogy of the shark in the great ocean and rivers. The theme verse of this book, Bhakti Rasmita Sindhu, verse 11 of the book talks about pure devotional service. It is the theme verse of the book composed by Srila Rupa Goswami, and the entire book is centered around the theme of pure devotional service. Okay, here are the subtitle between Anibilasa Shunyam and Anibilasha Sunyam. Anibilasha means desire, and Anibilasa means desireless or intention or motive. Even if there are extraneous desires, one's motive must be completely pure, thus making one entitled to execute pure devotional service. Srila Rupa Goswami collaborates the above theme verse to a verse in Sri Narada Pancharatra. Bhakti or devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of the senses. When the spirit so renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One is freed from the material designation, and one sense are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. Analysis of the theme verses. Srila Jiva Goswami in his commentary Durgama Sangamani equates the aforesaid two verses, verse 11 and verse 12. Bhakti Rasamitra Sindhu as follows: Sarvo Pati Vinikra Muktam Anibilasta Sunyam Sevanam Anushilanam Nirmalam Jnana Karmandi Anavraktam Tat Parat Vyena Anukulya Rishikesh Krishna. He further states that Anukulya Krishna Nusalam in the primary elements, whereas Anibilasta Shunyam Jnana Karmandi Anavritam is secondary. The other important points covered in the introduction: devotion service means activities. Without activity, consciousness alone cannot help. These activities are meant for cultivation of Krishna consciousness. The word Anubilasha and cultivation means activities by following the predecessor teacher, acharyas. These activities can be divided into three: the activities of mind, activities by speech, and activities by body. And these activities can be further subdivided into two categories, that is, the activities those should be done, positive actions, and activities that shouldn't be done, negative actions. The living entities are called marginal energies, and when they act under the spell of the material energy, their activities are called material activities. And when they engage in activities under the internal spiritual energy, their activities are called Krishna consciousness. Any activity done in devotional service or in Krishna consciousness are directly under the control of spiritual energy. I'll read that again. The living entities are called marginal energy, and when they act under the spell of the material energy, the activities are called material activities. And when they engage in activities under the internal spiritual energy, the activities are called Krishna consciousness. Any activity done in devotional service or in Krishna consciousness are directly under the control of spiritual energy. Next, one who is serious about the spiritual life is given by Krishna the intelligence to come in contact with the bona fide spiritual master, and then by the grace of the spiritual master one becomes advanced in Krishna consciousness. In this way, the whole jurisdiction of Krishna consciousness is directly under the spiritual energy. Krishna and the spiritual master. This has nothing to do with the material world. Krishna includes Krishna, his personal expansion like Baldeva, Sankarshna, Vasudev, Ram, Nrsimha, Varaha, and many other incarnations and innumerable Vishnu expansions, his pure devotees, his associates, and paraphernalia. Anukulyena Krishna Nusilyanam Devotional service means to prosecute Krishna consciousness activities that are favorable to the transcendental pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Krishna, thus, the favorable intention to please the Lord is termed here as Anukulian, and the word Anusilana or activation or cultivation means activities by following the predecessor teacher Acharya. And Nabilasta Shunyam. Any desire except for the service of the Lord is called material desire. As long as one identifies himself with a certain family, society, or person, he is said to be covered with the designations. But when one realizes that he is eternally related to Krishna, he then employs his energy not for the so-called family, society, or country, but in the interest of Krishna. This is purity of purpose and the platform of pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness. Abhilasha, desire, and Abhilasita, Abhilasita, desires and intentional motive. Even if there are extraneous desires, one's motive must be completely pure, thus making one entitled to execute pure devotional service. What should be the attitude of the preacher? Answer: in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami, who very humbly submits that he is just trying to spread Krishna consciousness. Although he thinks himself unfit to work, all his followers should develop the same attitude and never think for themselves as a great preacher. They should rather consider themselves simply an instrument of previous acharyas in doing something for the benefit of the suffering humanity. What is meant by mental culture of Krishna consciousness? Thinking, feeling, and willing are the activities of the mind, which become manifest by the gross bodily senses. Following in the footsteps of the great acharyas and the spiritual master, a Krishna consciousness person engages his words in preaching the glories of the Lord, and by his mind he always thinks of the activities of Lord as he is speaking on the battlefield of Kurukshetra or engaging in his various pastimes in Vrindavan with his devotees. This is the mental culture of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.